Let's go around the world here with some of these, and let's go to Atlanta. Hamilton texted me yesterday, and he goes, I think I want to talk about Atlanta to start the show tomorrow. And I said, let's do it. And I said, why? And he said, well, because we're seeing what it might look like out there for the first time, healthy for the first time. Raheem Morris confirming Kirk is full go off the Achilles. You love to hear it. Bijan took the practice field for the first time after he had an ankle hiccup earlier this offseason. So if that wasn't exciting enough, he spoke to reporters yesterday about his role and how it might look a little different on offense.
So I'm going to be more of a runner that does everything else. Like, not as much, but I don't know what the plan is, but like it's like run, nerve first, like I did in college, and then, still having that access to go to receivers, still having the access to do creative things out the backfield. More so like how they use Christian down there in San Francisco, like something like that. So that's kind of what like the plan is here.
Falcons fans, are you freaking out? That's amazing. He's one player I don't think it's crazy to compare to CMC. I'm excited to see what this looks like. Bijan finished last year second in targets among running backs, 19th, though, in rushing attempts. So being versatile is incredible. It doesn't mean you always have to use it. So seeing him in the backfield, that's a great thing for this offense. I also want to address the thing no one is really talking about with this team because of Kirk and Bijan and all the weapons, and that is the defense, okay? The offense has a lot of talent. And usually, for the past sort of Grady Jarrett aside, it's been the low-hanging fruit of bottom five defense, can't stop anything, whatever. The defense is exciting right now. AJ, Jesse Bates, of course, former Bengal, love him. Grady Jarrett still doing his thing at the clip that he is. And speaking of Jarrett, Raheem Morris said something about him that made me sort of stop in my tracks. Take a look at this.
That passion and what he's able to do, just with the look in his eye, is really special. And with his young guys and being able to train those guys and talk to those guys last night, and to be able to address a room and just to be here, his presence is huge. It's really Aaron Donald-like, and I don't want to be disrespectful to Aaron. We talked about this a lot when we were together and how much respect we have for Grady and how much respect he had for Grady. But like that presence is really special when you have that in that room.
Forget Grady sacked Brady. Grady on Brady 3 times in that Super Bowl. This is a great player, a star on that team, like sort of this consistent thing that they had throughout a lot of the tumults and a lot of the winning and losing and the shuffling the past couple of years. That's what Grady Jarrett is. For him to compare him to a guy he knows really well, the greatest to ever play the position, we don't talk about, is he like the most unheralded guy in the NFL potentially? He's coming off a season-ending injury, so we're not talking about him, and I think that's fair. We seem to forget players at every level, at every position, when they're coming off an injury. But this is the first extended absence of his entire career, and I think that it really showed his impact more than anything else not being on the field. Through Week 8 with Grady Jarrett in the lineup, this retooled Falcons defense was the 6th best total D in the entire league, not far behind the Browns and Ravens. But after Grady went down, they went from 6th to 22nd in total defense. That is impossible to ignore. And if he can stay on the field with Bates this year, this defense, I think can repeat what they did in the first half of